Welcome back, YouTube. Blazeshadowthorn here, back again with another Wi-Fi battle. This one is against Seaslug. This is the second, this is a rematch I had against him. He actually uploaded a version of this to his channel. I'll probably link that in the description down below if I feel like it. So I brought, I'm still rocking the Expert Belt Hydreigon, the Scarf Typhlosion, the physically defensive Ferrothorn, the Choice Banded Drapion, the Mega Scizor, and the specially defensive Tentacruel. He brought a Deoxys Speed, which is really threatening, a Greninja, which is really threatening, a Pyroar, which is, which a Pyroar is pretty cool, you know. Not a lot of people use Pyroar, so, you know, points for that. Gliscor, which is annoying as hell. Chandelure, which could be a threat, and then Goodra, which is just annoying. So, you know, this was a really, really good battle. It's like one of the, I mean, like, all the battles I had against Seaslug, which was two of them, they were really good. This is actually a 36 turn battle, so, you know, a lot of switching, a lot of predicting, a lot of good plays. So, you know, he's going to lead off my Chandelure. I'm going to lead off my Hydreigon, actually predicting the Gliscor to come in, and he obviously, Chandelure cannot touch me, so, you know, I know he's going to switch out, so I'm just going to go straight for Dragon Pulse to see how much damage it'll do. He actually goes on to Greninja, I guess. I don't exactly know why, because I guess he thought he could live, and he does live, not very well, but and then he can retaliate with an Ice Beam, I guess. So, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go into Tentacruel, and he's gonna do just that. He's gonna go straight for the Ice Beam, which is like fine. I kind of predicted that, which is why I went into my special defensive wall, and that's gonna do like nothing to Tentacruel. But he gets the freeze hacks, and that was pretty unfortunate. But he's Life Orb, so I know he's Life Orb, so he's no longer really a threat to me, because like, he can do two more attacks probably. He has probably like two, maybe three attacks left in him, and he's dead. So not really that big of a threat. He's now going to switch out, go into Deoxys Speed. I actually did not expect to unfreeze first turn, so I just clicked a random move, and that random move turned out to be Rapid Spin. So, you know, whatever. I just did a little bit of chip damage to that Deoxys Speed. If it was Sashed, I broke its Sash. If it was Life Orb or whatever, you know, a little damage is a little damage. So right here, I know he's going to switch out. He's going to go for Psycho Boost or Psychic Move. So he does in fact go for the Psycho Boost. And then it turns out he has Superpower on top of that. So, you know, mixed Deoxys Speed, which is pretty cool. So it does a lot to my Hydreigon. I actually was not predicting the Superpower at all. That caught me completely off guard. And I just went straight for another Dragon Pulse. Just safe Dragon Pulse, you know. Not wanting to overpredict, not wanting to do anything. I obviously do not want to stay and take another close combat superpower to the face, so I'm gonna switch out, going to my Ferrothorn. He actually just, I think, predicts that, goes for a Shadow Ball. That doesn't do that much, so, you know, I feel relatively safe. He's gonna switch out, go into his Pyroar now, and I'm going to actually just go for a Leech Seed, I believe. And right here, I do make bad plays. I always go for Leech Seed on the switch. If I would have gotten up a layer of Spikes, I probably might have been able to do a lot better in this match than I did. But I just kept on going for the safe Leech Seed, I guess. So, because Ferrothorn does not have a good form of recovery. He, in fact, just has he has nothing. So he's gonna actually predict my switch back out into Deoxys, my Tentacruel. Because obviously, who's gonna stay in on a Pyroar? So, you know, that was pretty obvious, but pretty good switch anyways. So obviously, I don't want to stay in, take another. I know either a Psycho Boost or a Superpower is coming my way, and I don't want to take either of them. So I'm gonna go out into Shadowthorn, my shiny Drapion, because I know Drapion, because I'm max HP, can take a Superpower, and I also know he'll be immune to the Psycho Boost. So he does take it. He does take the Superpower really, really well. And he just right now decides to fodder it off. I probably would have kept it for later, because that Deoxys Speed was really, really threatening to me. But he does get the special defense drop. That really doesn't matter anyway. So I am able to go for the Crunch. And that is able to knock out the Deoxys Speed. He was at a little range of HP, so basically anything would kill it, but it doesn't really matter. So now he's going to send out the Pyroar! And the roar of the pie. So right here, I'm going to take a chance. I'm pretty sure I could live any move, a fire move, if you really want to go for it. He decides to go for the Sunny Day, which is like, okay, that's good. That's good. I can live it. I can live it. So I'm going to go for Crunch now. After the battle, I actually found out that Pyroar was Specs, but right here, I got scared out, because obviously a Specs, like, Flamethrower, or like no, not even a sun boosted flamethrower would probably be able to kill me. I'm not even gonna lie. So I don't want Drapion to die just yet. So I'm going to switch out and go into my Tentacruel to absorb such hit, and he actually goes out into his Greninja, and the Greninja is gonna go for Grass Knot, and that Grass Knot's gonna be doing too much damage, but it is going to be doing a little chunk of damage, so, you know. I am now able to go for the knockoff, destroy that Greninja, and, threats down, so, you know, and I knock off the Life Orb, because obviously, the Greninja totally needed that Life Orb, so now he's going to go out into Gliscor, and I'm like, what can this thing go do to me, really? So, I predict the Earthquake, and I decide to switch out and go to my Ferrothorn. And the reason why I went to Ferrothorn instead of Hydreigon to take the Earthquake was just because I feel Ferrothorn can handle Gliscor pretty well. Because, you know, I can Leech Seed it, then I can set up spikes, and then if I have to, I can start Gyro Balling it. And if I really have to, I can just, you know, explode and do a little chunk of damage to it. But obviously, he doesn't want to stay in. He's going to switch out. He's going to go back out into his Pyroar because, you know, scare me out, all that stuff. Which would have been, like, if I gotten up, like, at least one layer of spikes in this match. Oh, I wish I would have went for the spikes there. I really do. But anyway, I'm going to go straight into, just set up another layer of Leech Seed on the predicted switch. The Pyroar is now almost dead, though. That's the good news. That is really, really good. So now I obviously don't want to stay in, take a Fire Blast, like a Flamethrower, because I obviously cannot live it. So I'm going to go out into Tentacruel, and he makes a smart prediction, and he goes for a Hyper Beam. And I am max HP, max special defense, but it's a stab, 150, choice specs, probably max special attack, timid. It did so much damage, and now my only real special wall is crippled, and it's gonna die to basically, like, anything, but it does have a little bit of HP left, so he's gonna go out into his Gliscor, and I'm not gonna want to stay in, so I'm gonna switch out. I believe this time I go out into my Hydreigon. No, I still go out into Ferrothorn, okay. That's fine. I go back out into my Ferrothorn, and he once again goes for the knockoff, trying to get rid of my leftovers, my Black Sludge, because, you know, he doesn't want me to get HP back. So right here, I probably go for another Leech Seed, because that's all I've been doing. I just go for Leech Seed, because I guess I didn't want Ferrothorn to get to the point where it was too low on HP. You know, but I do miss the Leech Seed, which is a bit unfortunate. If I had hit it, I probably... In the end, it really doesn't matter too much. But if I had hit it, it would have been nice. So right here, he's just going to decide to go for Flamethrower. That's Fire Blast. That's fine. I am able to live it because Tentacruel is so goddamn bulky. Jeez. But right here, I decide, you know, fodder time. I am able to knock off his Assault Vest, which is really good because Assault Vest Goodra is a threat. But he now is able to go for the Thunderbolt, and it is able to knock me out. But I was at a range of HP where really Tentacruel, you did your job. You walled so much shit, it wasn't even funny. So now it's time to go back out into Drapion, because obviously a Crunch will do a lot of damage to this Pokemon, and he wants to preserve his wall for later. So he's going to go back out into Gliscor and to take the Crunch, and it does take the Crunch really, really well. Like, you know, it took it pretty well for it being from an Adamant 252 Choice Banded Drapion. It took it pretty well. So right here, I decide to switch out, go into my Ferrothorn to take whatever move he wants to go for. Earthquake, knockoff, whatever. He does opt to go for another knockoff, and knockoff's not doing anything to this, because I trained my Ferrothorn well. It's max HP, max defense. So, you know, he's going to protect here just because I kind of predicted the protect, and right there I should have gone for a layer of spikes, but I went for the Leech Seed because... You know, the only thing going through my mind is I don't want Ferrothorn to die, because even though Goodra knows Fire Blast and he has a Chandelure, I'm just thinking to myself, you know, this Ferrothorn's really gonna be useful someday. This Ferrothorn's gonna be really useful. It walls like nothing on his team, so... You know, if I would have gotten a couple layers of spikes up, game would have been much different, but, you know, whatever. It was still a really good match. So right here, he's going to decide to switch out, go into Gliscor, predicting me to go into Drapion to take the Shadow Ball or the Fire Blast or whatever. But I actually decide to go out into my Hydreigon because I don't want Drapion, because Hydreigon really right now is death fodder. It's at the range of HP where I really don't care about it too much. So yeah, like and Drapion I want to keep at a high range of HP so it can kind of counter it. But he does decide to go for the obvious protect to get a little more HP back through the poison heal. So right here I'm just like, kill me now! So I'm just gonna go for a Dragon Pulse, do a lot of damage. He is gonna go for a knockoff, and it's not gonna do anything to me. I am able to live. He does knock off my Expert Belt, which is like, oh no, I lost my Expert Belt. Whatever am I going to do? So right here he does decide to go for a protect, which is fine by me, whatever. I already know I can kill it. And right here, he decides to try and be that greedy guy, go for the double protect, see if he can pull it off. But he doesn't. He is not. He just dies. So I am able to knock it out with critical hit. Crit probably didn't matter in the sense that it doesn't really matter. In the sense that it didn't matter at all. So he's gonna bring in Chandelure, and right here, this is where he's just kind of just goes crazy because it's a choice scarf Chandelure. So obviously I'm not gonna be living that fire blast. If he had missed one of these fire blasts, it might have been a bit of a different game because he really didn't have anything besides that. Like the Chandelure was the only thing that was stopping my Scizor from sweeping. If that was gone, if I would have gotten up a sword stance with my Mega Scizor, I probably could have swept him. But whatever. But anyway, I'm gonna bring in my Typhlosion because it's the end. But he actually decides to switch out for some reason and goes out into his Goodra, I guess predicting like a Shadow Ball or something. But this at the time I was still messing around with Typhlosion. It wasn't fully trained, but so I had Fire Blast, Eruption, and Lava Plume, and Flamethrower on it. So only pros. Only pros run 4 fire moves on this. So I switch out into Scizor because it's my only play. He predicts that, obviously goes for the Fire Blast because why wouldn't he? And that basically leaves him with like the 2 or 3-0 victory because I'm down to my last two Pokemon, Ferrothorn. Obviously, Ferrothorn can't do anything. It cannot live a Fire Blast. It's dead. So Goodra decides it wants to be amazing this match and take out 3 of my Pokemon because, yeah, Goodra for Ubers. That's all I can say. Goodra for Ubers. So right here I decided to go for a Lava Plume. I guess hoping for the burn. If I would have gotten the burn, it really wouldn't have mattered anyways. It wouldn't have done anything, but I would have felt a little better. Because it has that 30% chance to burn, so it was my best option. Because Eruption wouldn't be doing anything. With my luck, I'd miss my Fire Blast. Flamethrower wouldn't be doing anything, and then Lava Plume. So I don't get the burn, which is a bit unfortunate, but it really didn't matter in the long run. So he is able to knock me out with a couple of Dragon Pulses. So that is good game, Seaslug. So if you enjoyed the battle, feel free to leave a like. His Seaslug's link will probably be in the description below, along with his narration of the battle. If you want to go check that out, highly recommend it. He is a pretty good battler, as you saw. He made some pretty neat predictions. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye.